The Illinois eviction notice. What is an eviction notice? Eviction notice, or notice to quit, is a letter sent by the landlord to the tenant notifying them that they should either take or stop a certain action or vacate the rented premises. Eviction notice can be of two types: conditional, when a tenant is given time to remedy the breach of the lease, or unconditional, when a landlord terminates the lease without any alternative options for a tenant. What should an eviction notice include? Information about the tenant and the landlord. The reason for sending the notice. The date by which the tenant should take or stop a certain action. The consequences of non-compliance. The date and way of notice delivery, and the landlord's signature in the form of certificate of service attached to the notice. How to evict a tenant in Illinois. The non-payment notice. According to Illinois law, the tenant failing to pay rent after it is due should get a 5-day notice to either pay or quit before the landlord gets legal grounds to terminate the lease. The non-compliance notice. Illinois law lets the landlord send the tenant a 10-day notice to remedy the violation or quit if they breach the contract in any way. But it's completely up to the landlord whether to give them a chance to correct the issue or not. In case of illegal activity, a 5-day notice to vacate is required. What if the tenant fails to comply? If the tenant fails to pay rent due and associated fees, or correct the violation, the landlord can file a complaint with an Illinois Circuit Court. The filing fee is $225 on average. Then, the summons and complaint should be served on the tenant by any person over 18 who is not a part of the eviction case. It should be done at least 3 days prior to the hearing. If the tenant wants to contest an eviction, they should attend the hearing. If they fail to do it, the court might make a judgment in favor of the landlord by default. In case of default judgment, or if the judge rules in the landlord's favor through hearing, the court will issue a writ of execution. The document allows for removal of tenants from the premises with the help of the local sheriff within 7 days after receiving the writ of execution in case of an illegal activity eviction, and 14 days in case of other types of eviction.